because you're old enough that your parents aren't holding your hand the whole time.
But you're still young
So
enough to get the excitement of the costume and everything.
Absolutely. And so, if that 10-year-old, let's say trick or treat's till 9, he can't go to bed till midnight.
Well, no, but
it's not going to happen.
But you're not figuring something you're not factoring something in.
What's that?
Daylight savings changes Saturday night. So it gets,
no. It's the following week.
Oh, it's the following week. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
they always do that on purpose.
That's right. It's the following
week. They do it on
week.
purpose.
Yeah. I was going to try to say it'd be dark enough early they could start early, but yeah, I guess you're right. You're right.
But that's why they don't. That's why they push daylight savings. Because when I was growing up,
daylight savings was middle of October. It was the middle of
4:30.
Yeah, and it was the middle of October.
Back after Halloween, for Halloween. Yeah.
Can we just do away with daylight savings altogether? Can we just get rid of that?
Heck no. No, people who say that don't really understand how the world works. Your kids would go to school and it would be pitch black, and it's now not just a retail issue, right? Because retail is better when there's light out, but it's also a safety issue for our kids who are coming to and from school.
And
you can move that during the break.
And none of that had anything to do with why they came up with daylight savings time in the first place.
Oh no. I understand. I mean, it's farmers and all that, but that's why it's here now, and it can't move. It's just, yeah.
Well, it can if you move to Arizona.
Right.
Or Hawaii.
Good. Yeah. Then yeah. Correct.
And there's been
there's such a strange time zone.
And there's been legislation that's been sent to the federal government by the state of Florida requesting, because the state of Florida legislature has done away with daylight savings time. They just have to get the approval of the federal government, and the federal government has not approved it.
Well, and they should. No, I guess I'm like the only person on the planet who likes daylight savings time. I don't know. I'm for it.
I just think if you keep the same time all year round, the sun and moon will take care of daylight savings time without us having to do it.
Just our kids go to bed. They go to school in pitch blackness. They're going to stand at the bus stop.
Galen.
It's night.
Galen.
Right? They're going to walk to school in the night. It's silly.
Galen.
Yeah.
I don't like brats. I mean, kids. What the hell do I care?
Hey, I get it, but all it would take, and all it would take is for one old person like you to hit a child who's waiting for their bus.
Get the hell out of my way.
It's so dark out they can't see them.
Get the hell out of my way. Don't stand in the street.
Have you seen? So there's 3 bus stops on 17th on Mary Camp Road. Come on. And they're kids.
Well, that's
right?
That's just the school bus. That's the school bus issue. Putting it in a dumb place.
No, okay. I mean, we could go round and round. I like daylight savings time. There, I said it. Plus, I don't feel like I have to go to bed at 4:30.
you know, I think if I'd have said I love daylight savings time, you'd have been against it. You'd have been against it.
I've been on board daylight saving time. I read this in-depth article about daylight savings time one time, like 10 years ago, and I'm like, this is the perfect argument for it. I'm on board with daylight savings time.
Like, I'll tell you.
Like, I would have a T-shirt. I'll put on a T-shirt right now that says, I love daylight savings time. I would probably get more hatred for that than wearing a Florida State shirt at a Gator game.
Oh, 100%. 100%. You're really, you talk about a minority group, people that like daylight savings time.
Correct.
That's a minority group.
It's just the logical ones. It's the ones who have thought it through. They understand the argument, and they're like, okay, I understand the argument. That's all.
So did you see, I don't know if we talked about it yesterday. I don't think we talked about it on the air yesterday, you and I, but I talked about it after we were on the air. Did you see the young man in North Carolina, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, that sued the health care company he was working for wrongful termination? He was 5 years. He was 3 days from his 5-year anniversary, which would have tripled his severance pay. So they fired him 3 days before his severance pay would have tripled, and replaced him with a Caucasian woman and an African-American woman. And he sued, saying he was fired not for any reason, because all his evaluations were great and everything. He sued, said he was fired because he was a white guy. And a jury in North Carolina.
We talked about it off the air.
Yeah, we talked about it off the air.
About that off the air.
A jury in North Carolina, by the way, of Hispanics, blacks, and whites, it was a diverse jury, agreed with him and awarded him $10 million. It's like a reverse discrimination suit. Are we going to start seeing that? Are we going to start seeing that more and more, where people file these kind of lawsuits?
Well, I think if it happens, then I hope that people bring this to light. But I don't really know how much it happens. I think it's I don't know. I work in a large organization. We're trying to have 1,000 employees. We just can't find them. And it to fire someone you have to move a mountain. So I'm surprised that something like that happened.
Not in Ocala, you don't, sir. You don't have to move
well,
to fire somebody in Ocala.
And look what and I think that's a perfect example of what that caused. Right?
The firestorm it caused, yes.
Correct. Yeah, and I think that's a perfect example. I think when anybody's wrongfully terminated, there's always, you have so many avenues to get recourse. So.
Yesterday it was announced, and we're going to go to break after I give this little tease, because I'll bring you back to talk about it. Yesterday it was announced by Mark Zuckerberg himself that the Facebook name will be changing, the company name will be changing to Meta. And I'll get your take on what you think about that, whether you care about that. But to me, I have a take on that because I was in the bar and restaurant industry for a long time, and it seems to me Mark Zuckerberg is using an old ploy from the bar and restaurant days. I'll tell you what I think and get your opinion next. This is Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Friday. Yeah, last week we didn't have Dumb Crook News because we had a full Friday. This week we will have Dumb Crook News. At 9 o'clock, we're going to address the comments made by Wesley Wilcox on a CNN interview. We'll talk with Sue Mosley, a political pundit here in town, about those comments. But right now, on the phone line with us is Galen Unaw from Life South, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Call Palm Garden with any questions you may have at 352-854-6262. Penn Flooring, family owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They're a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solutions for your flooring needs and have experience in both commercial and residential flooring. Go see their showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala, or give them a call at 352-351-3420. And, of course, Just Ship, they've flipped the script on shipping. Instead of you having to buy a box, buy bubble wrap, package up your item, tape it up, then go stand in line at the post office or the UPS store for a small pickup fee plus postage, Just Ship will do that for you. They'll come get your item. They'll pay for the box. They'll pay for the bubble wrap. They'll pay for the tape. They'll box it up. They'll ship it out. They'll go stand in line, saving you time and money, and we all know time is money too. So they save you money on top of money. Go to justshipped.net. Galen, before we went to break, I put out there that Mark Zuckerberg has changed the name of Facebook. I'll get your opinion on it in a moment, but to me, it's the old move that I see in bar and restaurants. As soon as the hot water happens, or you get a bar that has too many incidents where the police get called out, or you have a bar where too much of the police are starting to come in because the undercovers are coming in because of too much drug use going on in the bar and restaurant. A bar owner or restaurant owner will go and reopen under new name and new management. It's still the same people that own the place, but they try a different thing, and new name, new management, new Sunbiz name and everything, trying to disassociate themselves with the name that was before because of the connotations of it and keep business as usual. That's what I see Facebook doing here. Am I far off base here?
No, I think they admitted that. I mean, of course they did. If you're taking a name that you have invested billions of dollars in and promoting and making everybody know what Facebook is, right, and then you just change the name, it's because of the bad publicity. It's got nothing to do with anything else. It's not like they're changing direction.
No.
So my advice to everyone listening is to delete your account.
You're pretty consistent with that. I
think I have been.
I think every time we talked about it, you end the conversation with, so I suggest to everybody just delete your account.
Yeah, I really at this point don't understand why anybody likes it. Nobody, and I mean no one says, wow, I really enjoy Facebook. It brings me joy. No one. No one says
it brings
that.
me much more angst than it does joy. Much
right.
more.
What you hear the most of is, oh, wow, it allows me to stay up to date with, people that haven't really met or seen in person in 35 years.
Yeah. It happens to me probably 4 to 5 times a week, where somebody will walk up, they'll hear my voice somewhere, they'll walk up and say, "You're Tom Schmitz. We're Facebook friends." I got nothing.
Congratulations.
But I got 5,000 Facebook friends. If I really went through my 5,000 Facebook friends and actually only kept the people that I was actually friends with, that I personally know, that I've met, I've hung out with, I've had conversations with, I'd probably be down to 50, 60 people.
Yeah, I can't tell you, I love Twitter, right? I love the arguments and the discussions that would happen on Twitter.
And you only had to do it in 160 characters, so you had to be inventive.
Right. So when I deleted that, I was like, okay, that was rough for about 24 hours, and then every night it got a little easier, right? And I don't miss it at all now. So again, just delete it all, and your life is better. And now, what I find myself doing? I find myself reading a lot better news sources and a lot broader version of the news, and it's not the same stuff that's put into that cycle and just retweeted. And it's not like the hot button topic that, one person said this. So it's much more broad.
It is. For you, the way you form that argument, it sounds like it is a better situation.
So delete your account.
Can't do it.
Oh, I know. Your excuse is I need it for work.
No.
Right.
My excuse is I'm a Facebook addict. I'll admit it.
All right. Well, there you go. Then you are what you are.
I check Facebook probably 100 times a day.
then let's not talk about what it is. Then you already know what it is, so let's just move on.
No,
We don't need to worry about
I
it. It's
just
not
don't.
like you're going to change anything.
No, but the fact that Mark Zuckerberg thinks he's going to change something with a name change.
No. All he is looking for, and you understand this from the bar business. So when you changed your name, you know your solid core of loyal
Knew
customers.
who we were. They knew who we were. Yeah.
Right. So nothing changed. Mark Zuckerberg isn't going after the Tom Schmidt. He's trying to bring me back, right?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
trying to go for that 10% to come back, and I'm not. You know, I'm done with it. So I don't know what we're talking about. You love to talk about Disney and Facebook, and this is what I get stuck on is you're hypocritical on the issue.
100%.
You still talk about it.
100% I'm
You still
hypocritical.
talk about it.
But at least I admit I'm hypocritical about it.
How does that make it better? I guess
It doesn't make it better. It just shows that I'm transparent and honest. That yes, I'm very hypocritical on it. I think Facebook is a mega engine that is bad for society. But I'm part of the reason it's bad, and I still do it every day. I understand that. I know that Disney, the corporation of Disney, is not in tune with the way that I think we should operate as a country, and I don't agree with their ideology as a company at all. But I love the amusement park because it harkens back to when I was a kid, and it reminds me of a better time in my life, so I go to the amusement parks. I know that's horribly hypocritical, but it's the decisions I made.
Yeah, I just so you're performing a behavior that is detrimental to yourself and society, and you're like, yeah, I yes, I am.
Okay, you just made it. That's a dichotomy of my life. Are you kidding me?
Yes, I don't know how to deal with that. Stuck on that.
I've always made decisions that weren't good for me, weren't good for society, and weren't good for my life in the long run. But in the short run, they seemed like good decisions.
Yeah, that's good. I just struggle with that.
If I didn't have that tendency, I'd have never done my first line of cocaine. Okay, so let's be honest about it.
Oh, you can toss some things up to the joys of youth, right? And going, well, I'll give this a shot. But you're a grown adult now.
So what are you saying? I'm a grown ass man. I think that would be up for debates from some of the people that know me. I'll be honest with you.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Be honest with you. You run that by my wife. She'd be like, you run that by my wife. She goes, no, that's not the whiny baby I know.
All right, let's bring this up. So, would she be happy if you deleted your Facebook account?
No, because she loves Facebook too.
Wow. So you guys have that in common. You're just continuing to pollute and make our worlds worse via Facebook.
I mean, if we're not going to contribute, why be here?
That's fair, I guess. Yeah, I guess. All right.
Good luck. And by the way, if truth be told, you're on the right side of this. I know that. If the truth be told, you are on the right side of this argument every time. I know that.
Now, I want to be very clear. I didn't delete Facebook because I wanted to be high and mighty.
No.
I deleted Facebook because I got tired of just arguing over things with
the usefulness of Facebook. The usefulness of Facebook became non-existent for you, so you deleted it.
And I was probably I was a very, very early adopter of Facebook. I was on Facebook 2 years after it started. Somebody sent me the link and
my
said,
Facebook
hey,
was 2009.
Yeah,
my Facebook was 2009.
Oh, no, mine was like 2006.
Okay, speaking of Facebook and people that love it, hold on. Let's take this phone call. Yes, ma'am, we're talking about you. Are you there?
Hello?
We're talking about you, yes. We're talking about how you and I love Facebook.
Well, it's not that we love Facebook, but we use it a lot for business, and it's an inexpensive way to help us with our business.
See, Galen's going to have an argument why that doesn't hold water.
Well, he can argue. I would love to hear it. And then if he has different suggestions, I would love to have him come and help me implement it.
All right, honey. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for the call.
Love you.
Love you. Yes. Thanks for the call. Okay, Galen, you handle that. I'm tired of getting in arguments with her and losing. Matter of fact, we got about a minute. Can you do it within a minute?
Yeah. Yeah, there's two different types of accounts. You can have a business account in which you're promoting your business via Facebook, and then there's a personal account in which you're contributing to the filth that is in the world.
So delete the personal accounts and use the business accounts.
Absolutely. I'd have no problem with that. Oh. But the real issue is that a lot of small business owners bleed the two together, and you can't disseminate between which one is their business and which one is their personal one.
That is a very good point. It's very hard to differentiate sometimes between people who use it as a business platform and as a personal platform, and how they cross-connect and they cross-pollinate each other. It is very hard to do.
And by the way, likes or the Facebook ads are proven to be effective.
Yes.
So people click on them. I get it. I understand it. But that's a business account, not a personal account.
We need to take a break.
The president of the United States was kicked off of a platform, and you still support it. That's all I need to know.
We got to take a break.
That's all you need to know.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back after this short timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on a Friday on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Today in
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
President Biden has arrived at the Vatican for a meeting with Pope Francis and is expected to center on climate change and other topics. One such topic could be abortion. As the debate at home continues, the Catholic president does support abortions. The pandemic escorted more than 3 million baby boomers into early retirement, according to a new analysis from Miguel Castro. He's a senior economist over at St. Louis Fed. The early retirements are not helping the labor shortage that's affecting the U.S. economy. The estimated 5.25 million out of the workforce could shrink significantly as pandemic-era factors keeping people out of work go away. Some early retirees could also come back to the workforce. Game 3 of the World Series will be played in Atlanta, Georgia this evening. The Braves and Astros are tied at 1 game apiece in the best of 7. This is USA Radio News.
Folks, it looks like food shortages are here and going to stick around. Supply chains are breaking down, and inflation is back with a vengeance. It's all part of the shortage economy. What used to be unthinkable is now in the headlines. Are you ready? Do you currently have a stockpile of emergency food at home? If not, go to mypatriotsupply.com today, and you'll find an emergency food kit that's right for you and your family. My Patriot Supply is the largest preparedness company in America, serving millions of families like yours. Pick up a 3-month food kit that stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage. The meals in the kit provide over 2,000 delicious calories a day. That's important when you need to survive. Order from mypatriotsupply.com and your food will ship fast in unmarked boxes to protect your privacy. Don't wait for permission or more empty store shelves. Go to mypatriotsupply.com now. mypatriotsupply.com.
Just in, folks, at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala, a great new selection of winter hardy annuals